Thanks for being on. Obviously, didn't like the way we played today. I'm gonna congratulate Maryland. They played better than we did. I didn't like our offense, our defense, and it's on Coach Pikiell. So I didn't have them where they needed to be today, and it's 100% on me. And we have 2 days to get this thing right, and we will.
We'll start off with Jerry with questions.
Steve, what do you see as the principal issues offensively with this group today?
No, our defense was not good today. Our offense was not good. They got to the free throw line. They shot 46% from the floor. So there was nothing that we did well today. And again, that's on me. We turned the ball over 3 times against Michigan today, 15. But again, Coach Turgeon does a great job, and they've been playing really well. And we didn't play the way we need to play in this kind of league to have a chance today. And it was both ends of the ball. It was rebounding. It was everything. And again, that's on me.
Was this an effort issue?
I mean, it's on me. We just have to play better. This is a really good league, and at all areas. And so again. We have 2 days to get ready for a really good Indiana team, and we got to play better than that in a league like this. You're not going to beat teams like Maryland.
We'll take our next questions from Bobby Darren and then Brian Fonseca.
Steve, could you give us an update on Jacob? Looked like he was a little shaken up there at the end.
Yeah, he's in the training room right now, so I don't really know anything else other than he's in that training room right now.
Steve, it looked like you guys went to Biles really early and often, and then he just didn't get much touches towards the end of the game. Just what did Maryland do to kind of take him away on the offensive end?
Well, I mean, they switched a lot of things. I mean, they did a good job. They're defending at a high level. They have been for the last 4 or 5 games, and they have a lot of switches going on. They did a great job fronting him in the post, and but that wasn't. We had a lot of issues, and that was just one of them. But today, just not a good night for us, and I'll have to have him ready.
We'll go over to Steve Pikiell next.
Hey, Steve, when you guys were playing well, you were a joyful, passionate group out there. Is there any concern just about the way the team looks body language-wise, emotion-wise?
Today I didn't like, but if you were at the Michigan game, they played with unbelievable emotion and they played with tremendous passion. We didn't win the game, but and they've played all year long with great passion and pride, and they will again today. Today, I don't know if we look tired. I don't know. We just didn't play the Rutgers basketball, and again, that's on me.
I know there's a lot of pressure on the team now coming down the stretch, games remaining to the NCAA tournament. Is there a chance that might be weighing on these guys at all?
I mean, we try, as a coaching staff, we try to just play one game. We don't really get caught up, but I know everyone else does, so I'm not naive to. I think there's 100 bracketologists, so I'm not naive to that stuff. It's talked about every 5 seconds, but we try to go one game at a time. If we play well, and then we move on to the next game, and that's what we've tried to do and be focused with this group. And they're having a good year. We just got to finish some things off, and I have a lot of confidence in these guys and a lot of confidence in my staff too. So today we'll move on, and again, Maryland and Coach Turgeon, they got to get some credit too. They came in here and they needed a win, and they played better than we did.
We'll go to Aaron Brightman and then back to Jerry after.
Coach, shot 11 threes on 23 shot attempts in the first half. What were your thoughts?
You kind of broke in. I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry. You kind of broke out.
Sorry, Coach. 11 threes on 23 shots in the first half. Was that part of the game plan coming in, and what were your thoughts on the shot selection in the first half?
I mean, it's never a part of our game plan to, we want to drive it, and we want to get to the free throw line. When we do those things, we're a better basketball team, but we got some good looks too. I mean, we need to make a few of them, I think, and I have confidence that these guys can. They just weren't today, and again, Maryland did a good job of staying in front of us and doing a good job of keeping us out of the lane.
Steve, why are no players coming to the interview session today?
Yeah, because this game's on me. I think they're meeting right now, and I'm in charge, and you guys can ask me anything you want. I'll stay here as long as you want.
We'll go to Bobby Darren.
Steve, do you feel like there might be some pressure on the guys with the tournament looming and trying to end such a long drought?
Again, I just want them to play the way Rutgers basketball plays. So, I can't control the phone or any of that stuff, but we're a good basketball team, and when we are connected and play well, we can play with anybody. And today we didn't. So, and again, it's on me. So I got to do a better job. I got to do a better job of having them ready, and and we will.
Go over to Richie Schneider.
Steve, Ron's struggling from the three-point line again. What's your message to him going forward? I think he's 6 of his last 51 from 3.
Yeah, I tell Ron too all the put your phone down. Don't listen to all that stuff. He knows. He's a really good player. I have a lot of faith in Ron. He's a really good player. I want him to get to the free throw line, and I want to rebound. Those are the two things we talk about the most. But I can't control what everyone else talks about. But I know Ron. I know Ron well, and Ron's going to continue to be a really good basketball player for us. So, don't get caught up on those things. Ron does a lot of things for us. He does a lot of things, and it's not just shooting. That's one of them. But Ron will bounce back, and Ron's a good player.
Go back to Jerry Greeno.
Steve, is it too late in the season to make major changes, or will you consider rotational or lineup changes going forward?
Up until today, guys, we've been playing really well. So, we've been playing good basketball. I love my guys. I like the guys on the bench. I trust all of them. If those opportunities come, I will. But I also trust the guys that I play. They're good. I have a lot of faith in all of them, and we'll continue to grind. That's what we do, and we'll continue to do that in the best league in the country.
Go over to Brian Fonseca.
Steve, you're closing out against a couple of teams that you've already beaten, who are on the bubble, hungry to beat you guys, and build on their resume. Just what kind of challenges does it present now that we're really in the end, late season crunch in those situations we're in?
Yeah, every game in this league is challenging. So, I don't know, we got 10, 11, 12 teams out of 14 still fighting for their lives. So every game in this league is challenging. It doesn't matter if you beat them before or didn't beat them. You got to play well for those 40 minutes. And if you do, you can come away with a win. But I don't worry about other teams as much as I worry about my team. And, our guys will be ready, and we'll play better, and we'll play with more swagger.
I take a question from Matt Manley.
Hey, Coach. Just wanted to ask you where you stand on Martez at the moment. He's struggled to score since around the Purdue game and coming off the bench. Just where do you think he's at, and what have you tried to do to just kind of keep him involved in things?
Yeah, no, Martez, I love Martez. He's a guy who's already scored almost 700 points in his career. He's, a kid that defends. He plays hard. He's great, comes to practice, does a great job. So I love Martez. I know everybody wants to play better. Everyone on the whole roster does, but he got to keep plugging away. He's had some great days for us. We wouldn't be in this position without him. And again, very confident in him.
See one from Jerry.
Yeah, this is the last question for me, Steve. What was your message to the team afterwards in a nutshell?
Yeah, no, I just told them the same thing I told you guys. This game was on me, and I didn't do a great job. So, I told them that same thing, and I also told them we got 48 hours, to play a really good Indiana team, and that's the good part of playing. You turn right around, and you got another team that's really good and really hungry too. So, can't have a lot of time to think about it. Get in the training room, and let's get prepared for the next one.
Take a question from Steve Pikiell.
Hey, Steve, this is a strange question, but is it hard to make this fun for these guys? The quarantine, the empty gymnasium, the late night travel back. Is it got to the point where this has been less joyful than it might have been a year ago?
I mean, we certainly miss the fans at the RAC. We have the best fans in the country. You certainly do. And it's, it's just everything's different. I mean, everything's different. And their lives are, isolated, a lot with their phones. Try to keep them focused, try to make some normalcy for them. But there is very little of that. So, yeah, I do, I always worry about that. I wouldn't want our players, this isn't the normal college experience. But they've done a really good job. And, I mean, a real tip of the hat. Some teams haven't even played games. Some teams missed a zillion games. These guys have been unbelievable and taking care of themselves and staying away from problems and staying away from quarantines. And, it's not easy. Everything's virtual. And, their 2 hours with me are probably, the part of their normal day. And then they wear that mask every other time. So, I got to give them a tip of the hat. I'm really proud of them for that. I know the game didn't go the way we want to today, but the reality is these kids deserve a lot of credit, for all the work that they've done. And, our athletic director, too, Pat Hobbs, and Dr. Bouchard, our medical people and the testing people. I mean, the work that has gone into having a season here has been unbelievable. And, I'm just very thankful that my staff and the players – and I remind them every day, don't go out, don't talk to anybody you haven't seen, stay away from people. It's just not normal. But in order to have a season, they've been able to do that. So, just very, very thankful for all the sacrifices that they've made.
If anything else for Coach, Steve, or anyone else?
Guys,
All
good.
good.
Guys, thanks for being on.
Thanks, bro.
Always appreciate it. Thank you.